Ja, man. Man, it's just been raining all morning, dude. Oh, fuck, man. It's that time of the fucking year. Check it out. Check it out. Good to see you, Saha. Alberto. Where's Alberto? Alberto's gone home today, brother. I saw him last night. Terrible, terrible. It's quite nice, but it's also quite debilitating to be this cold. I'm gonna go to my warm spot. If we can make it there, wait. I'm gonna put you here. Cleanse the land. True, there's a, you know what? There is a very cleansing nature to rain like this. The air feels fresh. You know what I mean? Just suck the fresh air. It just feels like, I don't know. It just feels good. What's happening, everybody? Let me know who's here. Whoa. I'm just going for a walk to the staircase. £104 Fahrenheit. Fuck, that's hot. How's my day? How's day 11 going? Day 11's gone phenomenal, man. It's going great. It's been a good morning so far, bro. I trained, and that's all I've done. All right, we're here. Oh, we're here. Made some donuts. I had some Chinese donuts last night. They were amazing. What's up? Bonilla. It's always good to see you, lad. Henry Mike. Good to see you. Let's get into it. During Rider, manipulative, spiteful, narcissist or not, no one cares, bro. We don't answer those questions no more, man. What happened in Brighton? I got no idea what happened in Brighton. You fill me in. The sinus is cleared up, eh? How was your first training session back, dude? Ben, good to see you. It's freezing right now. Terror attack in Brighton? It wouldn't surprise me. Fucking hell, man. A shooting. Wow. Vegan fly trap. It's great to see you, brother. Shouts to you, Will Grand. What a beautiful day, eh? Day 11, man. Days are starting to move fast. The days are starting to move quickly, man. Before you know, it'll be day 30 and we'll be done, eh? I tell you what, I'm not live streaming for a while after day 30. I need a break. I don't need a break, but I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a live stream break. I figure, you know, leave the videos up, do one every day. It's Ramadan, month of reflection, time to tour. May as well. Where's the bomb? What bomb? Yeah, brother, it's cold. I hope it's not raining today, bro. I don't want to have to be in the rain. I will, but I don't want to have to be. What's up? Not much. How are you doing? What's occurring? I mean, it's the same thing's occurring every day, brother. We're on the live stream. We're about to get at it. What's on your mind? It's crazy because it's meant to be summer for you guys, so I don't know why it's raining. I mean, that's UK for you. Terrible weather. Let's get past the weather now. Enough weather chat. Shouts to weather, though. Who else is here? Don't be stolen on me on this chat, man. I'm looking at all of you. Don't be stolen on me. It's too early for the stoles. You ever catch up with Pal Simeon? No, I've never caught up with Pal Simeon. I was always a fan of Pal Simeon, man. I was actually always an avid fan. Like, you know, I got a pang for Pal Simeon like 2 months ago. I had to message him and say, like, I missed you or something. I messaged him saying something like, congratulations on getting married, dude. Like, he was Pal Simeon was cool, man. He was cool. Yeah, the shirt's in the post, brother. I did it yesterday. I did love Pal Simeon, man. I'm happy for him, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy for him. If he's happy not making YouTube videos, I'm happy for him. I mean, the dude got married. I mean, that's pretty cool. Good being up early, like getting shit done. Yeah, man. If you're not up early, you're missing out. Not getting up early is like, unless you work night shift, you should be waking up early. There's no excuse, man. It's like walking around with 1 foot if you wake up after 9 a.m. and you don't work night shift. You know, it's just natural sleeping rhythms, man. That's what I'm about. You got to keep it natural, dude. You got to be in bed, you know, somewhat early, and you got to be fucking up early, man. You don't have to be up at 3 a.m. You don't have to be up at 4 a.m. But I'm saying there's something to seeing first light. You know, there's power. I'm being serious now. Like, there is power in seeing first light. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it. It's like grounding to see the sun come up. You know, you're looking at one thing that gives you life, man. With no sun, no life, lad. It's amazing when you think about it. Sometimes I catch the sun, I just go, fuck, like, this is insane. Great White checking in, good to see you. Getting up early sets the tone for the rest of the day. If I don't get up early, I'll waste the day. Yeah. You know, wasting the day to me is like, it's not even if I get up early, even if I don't have any plans. I get up early even if I don't do shit, because I realize there's no doing shit's just, you know, what do you mean doing? Like, I am doing shit. Just breathing's me doing shit. You know, so I want to maximize my day. That's why I'm up early. Regardless if I got work to do, regardless if I got plans. I mean, I'm still waking up early. What's my ideal time to wake up? My ideal time to wake up, brother, is just before the sun comes up. You know what I mean? Usually I get up earlier than that. Like, my schedule now is like, I wake up at 3. Like, last night I went to bed at 10:30, woke up at 3. I went to bed too late last night, but I was out with friends, you know, which I don't do often. But when it's time to go hang out, you know, I went and hanged out. So that was a bit too much of a you know, if I did that every night, went to bed at 10:30, woke up at 3, I'd start feeling a bit shit in a week, you know. But a day here and there is not too bad. Usually I'm in bed by 9 o'clock. And I really get tired by 9:30. I'm like, you know, I knock out, Sometimes I like to go to bed very early, bro. You know, because sometimes I like to go to bed and I don't want to use the word meditate, but semi-meditate in bed before I go to sleep. But that takes focus and energy sometimes, man. You know, and sometimes if I don't have the focus or the energy, I miss out on that. And I do enjoy some funny bedtime practices. I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about, like, I actually do enjoy going on some bizarre mental journeys in bed, trying to meditate, you know. And lately with Ramadan stuff, I haven't been able to do that every night because I just get tired, man. I just go, like, you know, I'm thinking in my head, like, maybe I should try and get into this mental state, but I can't. I'm just like, I fall asleep. Yeah, I am participating in Ramadan. Yeah, the sun's very inspiring, brother. The sun's very inspiring. Tell us, shouts to you. I'm singing bowls till I fall asleep. What do you mean? What do you mean singing bowls? Early morning topics. Funny bedtime practices. I love sleep. I love laying in bed. You know, I just like relaxing. I like resting. I like relaxing. Regardless if I shut my eye, regardless if I fall asleep, I still enjoy it. You know, like sleep's an amazing thing. And amazing shit happens when you sleep. Abdullah, do you support Sharia law? Why are you asking me stupid fucking questions, lad? I don't support Sharia law. I don't want to get in some racial fucking debate, bro. You know what I mean, brother? I don't know how long you've been here for, brother, but if you've been here for a long time, you would know that I don't support it. All right, good. I'm not getting angry, bro, but I mean, we got some heated conversations about being a Muslim yesterday. It's just fucking, it got upsetting. Not upsetting, I mean, we just got into it. You tell me you support Sharia law? Shout out to the root chakra. No, it's all good, bro. I mean, lately we just had a lot of trolls coming in here talking about Muslim, trying to bait me, brother. You know what I mean? And they know I go hard when I get baited, so. But I don't support it, bro. You know what I mean? I really just don't get around people trying to enforce their way of life on other people. You know what I mean? So if a certain type of group want to do their own thing, I mean, they can do that if they want. But when it starts, you know, trying to affect other people, then yeah, I mean. Shout out to all the chakras, man. I don't watch Vegan Gains, bro. There's no point. I don't waste. Yeah, you know, Vegan Gains to me, watching Vegan Gains is like, it's like it throws me out of balance. And I don't watch stuff that throws me out of balance, regardless of how, you know, intellectually smart, or regardless of, some cunts to me just have a bad vibe. I just eliminate them. You know what I mean? Because they don't big me up. You know what I mean? I'm not coming up watching people with bad vibes. Now that's not woo woo. That's just the truth. I realize that the guy doesn't have to be physically in front of me to receive his bad energy. I can receive his bad energy through a screen. When's the last time I hit a long bike ride? You know, a long time ago, brother. It's probably somewhere on YouTube, I don't even remember. But I'm doing a long bike ride in 20 days. You'll see, I'm gonna have Eid, which is the final day of Ramadan, last day of Ramadan, celebrate that. Probably in a car in the middle of nowhere with my girlfriend, in the forest. And then the next morning, I'm gonna begin my 24-hour bike ride. Just to celebrate life, dude. To celebrate life, to celebrate challenge, to celebrate, you know, the month of fasting, the month of self-reflection, and just to enjoy myself and put it on the pavement. The last video, Jess and Eddie, was off the charts. Shouts to everybody, shouts to that video. Shouts to everybody who watched that video. Shouts to everybody who liked that video. You know, it actually does mean a lot when people like it to me. It's not like, you know, I'm at a place now in my own videos. I really don't care if someone likes my video or not, but I appreciate it a lot. And you know, I make these videos. I don't know, man. It's cool to make them, man. I know not everyone vibes with that video, but you know, I vibe with it and I love making it. It's enjoyable to me, man. You know, it's just friendship. It's good times. It's good food. I mean, that's what I like about my life. I still got the single speed, but it's my mum's house. It permanently stays at my mum's house in Adelaide, man. You know what I mean? So I don't bring that. It'd be annoying if I brought it over to Melbourne, because then it's cool when I go back to Adelaide. I have a bike, and I have a bike over there, and it has its own pedals. It's got its own pump. It's got its own shoes, and it just stays there. I'm a big fan of Eddie. I'm the biggest fan of Eddie, dude. Shouts to you, man. Eddie, you know, I've known Eddie for a long fucking time. I've known Eddie, you know, probably for, I want to say 10 years plus. Maybe I've known Eddie for 12 years, on and off, you know. I met Eddie when I was younger and I used to ride mountain bikes. He was riding a mountain bike. And then kind of had mutual friends, and then he got into training, and we trained together for a number of years, every day. And I'd go pick him up, I'd go see his mum. His mum was like this mad news presenter, she's like an icon on TV. I'd pick him up, we'd go train. He was hell thin for a while, dude. He lost mad weight, he was hell fucking thin, dude. The cunt was like full on the bodybuilder mode. But he was on, you would never believe it, but he wanted to be a bodybuilder for a while. But then I guess his cooking career kept going up, and he was just like, yeah, I don't really care about being a bodybuilder, man, I just want to be a chef. What YouTubers do I watch? I watch all sorts of random shit, like I'm talking like, I just go onto my homepage, dude. Sometimes it's a camera review. I'm like, fuck it, I want to see a camera review. I want to keep my information up to date. You know, sometimes, you know, I'm watching some travel, I'm watching conspiracy videos, I'm watching travel videos, and all sorts of shit, man. I watch a lot of like 4 minute, like, you know, just like little mini docs that come up. You know, I love those. Brother, crisscross, I'll never stop, eh? You know what I mean? You know, I realize the game of patience, and I realize the value of patience in my life, brother. And I find it very empowering. You know, I've only ever improved by banging my head on the wall. You know, because I've seen it time and time again. I've seen the benefits, man. So I have complete faith in the process. I have complete faith in the universe's plan for me. I have complete faith in my own plan for me. I have complete faith in my own actions. And it's cool, man, because I used to come at it in a sense like entitled and shit. Like I would see my mates who do videos, who were not YouTubers, they do videos, and I would be like, how come this motherfucker's getting paid and I'm not getting paid? I felt kind of entitled about it. You know what I mean? I kind of felt like, you know, like maybe it's, why don't I get no work? Why does no one pay me? You know what I mean? That's only ever made me better at what I do. You know what I mean? And it's forged my creativity harder. It's forged my skills harder. You know what I mean? And it's amazing. And time, I got all the, you're exactly right, brother. I got all the time in the world, man. You know? I got years and years and years, man. Years and years and years and years until I die, man. Whenever that is, I guess, eh? Eddie moved to Melbourne, and then I moved to Melbourne. I stayed with him for a little bit, and then I moved out. So Eddie's a nice dude, man. Literally, Eddie should run a little ring for people, like a little syndicate. He basically like sets people up. So he basically set me up. I was like, dude, I'm not happy in Adelaide. I want to leave. And he was like, come stay with me. So I stayed with him until I got, you know, a job, which he gave me for a while, and I got a house, and then I moved out. Ever since then, dude, literally, he has a cunt staying at his house every month. There's a cunt staying at his house. And these are always the people who are traveling in and out. Like it'll be someone from Adelaide, it'll be a mate from Sydney, and they'll come and they'll stay with him. 9 times out of 10, he gets them a job at the restaurant. They have a job. He's putting them up in their house. He's living in the house. Like, there's a dude with him right now who's got a job at the new restaurant with him, and he's been living in his house for 3 months. You know what I mean? So he's a saint, man. What's my future plans for myself? Like, do I aspire to work in TV, film outside of YouTube? I'm not really, you know what I mean, brother? I just want to do what I want to do. And I can't really foresee what I want to do in 10 years. I can't really foresee what I'm going to do in 5 years. All I want to do is just what I want to do right now, brother. And you know, like, that's just all it is to me. You know what I mean? I don't have any, like, I'm just aspiring to be able to always do what I want to do, and hopefully put myself in the opportunity to be able to do that, you know? And I think, and I've always told myself from early on, that for me to get to a stage all the time, I mean, like, where I can make money in this world and do what I want to do, I'm only ever going to get there by just doing what I want to do from day one. Like, by that, in a practical sense, I knew that, I knew that becoming like a training videographer and doing bizarre bullshit gym editing and like pseudo commercials that are just over the top for like little companies and getting paid, you know, $500, I wasn't going to be able to go, you know, shoot documentaries in the Middle East I wanted to. I wasn't going to be able to go, you know, I wouldn't develop the skills, and I wouldn't be able to be in the position I wanted to be in. I'd be in the same position. I'd be doing little shitty commercials my whole life or something. There's no offense to anyone who does that. That's just not my passion. You know, so I stay clear of that regardless of the outcome. Like, I'd rather ride my bike. You know what I mean? I'd rather you be able to sleep at night, feel like I'm satisfying my soul creatively, and then ride my bike. That's the difference, bro. I don't need the money. I already make money. You know what I mean? I let go, ride the bike. You know, I can make as much money as I want on the bike, brother. And it's just like, this is too easy. You're just riding around all day fucking just like making cash. And then I'm not a slave to anything. You know what I mean? I just get to make the video I want to make. If people like it, it's cool. If they don't like it, you know, it's still cool. Because at the end of the day, ultimately, I like it. So it's always going to be enough. Yeah, brother. Yeah, shout outs to you, Great White Plant Eater, man. Why did I start doing YouTube videos? I just felt like, when I started doing YouTube videos, I just wanted to make YouTube videos, man. You know, I was not a hater, but I was very critical of things. I saw, you know, I wanted to speak up on a lot of things, and that's what I just started doing, man. I just whipped out a camera, started talking, and that's how it started for me. I watched a video of your early YouTube videos before you were a vegan. Boy, have you grown as a human, man. Yeah, shout out to YouTube. That's what's cool about YouTube, brother. You can chronologically see, like, if you upload, if you stick with it over time, it's like anything. You can see the shift in mindset. You can see what's changed. You can see peaks and valleys. You can see, you know, like, it's cool. It's cool, man. Yeah. I agree, brother. I agree. I never, you know, I hardly look back on anything. Like, I'm never, you know, but anyway, man, like, it's cool, man. You know? Did a channel inspire you to start a channel? Not really. I mean, channels used to inspire me to start my own channel because, like, I was the critic, man. Like, I would see channels and be like, this guy's a fuckboy, I gotta talk about this. That was inspiring to me, brother. That's what inspired me. Like, I just wanted to just incite change. You know what I mean? I just wanted to just say it, man. I just felt like I had to get shit off my chest. I felt like I was the only cunt thinking this shit, and I had to say it, you know, and that's where it started for me. Yeah, old Instagram videos. Yeah, I know people still want to see them Instagram videos, brother, but, you know, I stopped doing Instagram, brother. Like, I didn't stop doing Instagram. I kind of did stop doing Instagram. It's because, you know, it was a personal exercise for me, man. It was a personal exercise for me just to, you know, just to be here and live. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be one of these motherfuckers walking around with a camera all day trying to set up the perfect Instagram shot. You know what I mean? That's what I didn't want to end up doing. So I just, you know, I could see myself falling into that trap sometimes, and I was like, well, I can't be doing this, man. This isn't what my life's meant to be like. This isn't what it's meant to be like. You know what I mean? It was one of those moments where it's not meant to be like this actually applied. I was like, it's actually not meant to be like this. So I'm like, I'm leaving today. You don't want to fall into that trap. I didn't want to fall into the trap, man. I work every day for Uber, man. So I might do 35, 40 Ks, 45 Ks a day, 7 days a week now. You know, I'm actually probably going to pick it up next week because I'm going to be doing that 24-hour ride. It's just good. It's just good. You make more money and you do more Ks. I mean, it's a win-win situation, and then I do the bike ride. Kangaroos are just, they're not dangerous to nobody, man. I mean, maybe if you tried to fight a kangaroo, it would fight back, but... Shout out to you, Michael C. Do you think it's wasteful for people to have a popular channel with heaps of subs, but they don't have any deeper message beyond their vlogs about their life? Yeah, I think it's wasteful for, you know, to be honest with you, brother, I think it's wasteful for people consuming it. And I think it's wasteful for the creator, man. You know what I mean? On both ends of the side, it's sad because no one's benefiting. I mean, you're in a lost place, talking lost information. It's just further perpetuate the cycle of lostness. And, you know, I don't think that's something to be admired. I don't think that's something to strive for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not... I don't want to be... I don't strive to live at the needs of public approval and shit. Or the approval of my 200,000 subs. Telling me how to live my life, how they want to see the comment. Like, when people say shit like, what do you want to see? That's toxic. You shouldn't give a fuck what cunts want to see. You know what I mean? I stayed away from that. I never wanted to ask a cunt what they wanted to see. I never wanted to ask people what they're into, because it doesn't matter what you're into, man. You know what I mean? No offense. Yeah, that's the truth, man. What are my usual thoughts before I fall asleep? You know, sometimes I have good thoughts before I fall asleep. Sometimes I have bad thoughts. Sometimes I think to myself, like, I ain't sleeping tonight. Sometimes I feel like, you know, I have random fucking ass. Sometimes I think about Harry Potter, brother. You know, I've sat in bed before and mentally played out Harry Potter scenes for like 5 hours straight, thinking, why the fuck am I thinking about Hermione? It's 2 a.m. Why am I thinking about Harry on a broomstick? It's 2 a.m. So all sorts of shit, man. What time of the day do you spend focusing on fitness, thoughts, and emotions? You know, all the time, brother. You know, I mean, especially when I wake up, I really make sure that when I wake up, I have a good routine, because I know the power. I know the power of starting the day on the right foot. You know what I mean? And I think first moments, first light, first breath. It's a great time to celebrate life. You know what I mean? And it's a great time to talk to yourself in a positive way if you are going to talk to yourself. Now, you know, whether you want to think that's pseudo or not, it's actually, you know, it's true, man. So I always make sure I wake up, and regardless of how I feel, regardless of how much I slept, regardless of what I'm thinking about, regardless, you know, subconsciously your hand reaches for your phone. I leave the phone, bro. I say, I don't want a piece of this fucking shit. You know what I mean? I don't want a piece of this shit. And, you know, just give thanks, man. Give thanks for the breath, give thanks for the family, give thanks for the girlfriend next to me, give thanks for the bed, you know, and just celebrate. Brush my teeth, celebrate. Drink water, celebrate. Go to the gym, celebrate. And it sets you off on the right tone, man, for the day. And that's when I think about it. And then especially, you know, at night, especially lately with Ramadan, man. Also, when I have my first sip of water, I almost meditate on this 600 mils of water. Every day, man, it comes to like 5:10. My food's prepared. My bottle of water's there, and I'm looking at the thing, and it's 5:10. It's time to fast. I say I'm gonna leave it one more minute, just because I just love it. I'm just gonna leave it another minute, right? And I drink the water, and the water's like a celebration, man. You know, you know, I have my own mantra when I drink the water. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have this like mantra that I repeat when I drink the water, and I just keep repeating it. I move on to the sun-kissed. I keep repeating it, and anything that comes into my mind, I block it out and keep repeating the mantra, dude. And you just feel clean. So I'm blocking this cunt. You know, people do the best with what they can, what they know. Some people only know how to... Yeah, 100%, brother. I realize that too, you know what I mean? You know, I guess, bro, you have to... in my mind, I'm like... I still critique, man. I think I'm allowed to. I think I should speak up on about it. But at the same time, I guess you're right, man. Everyone's on their own journey, man. Whether or not they're older than you, younger than you, it's just everyone's on different journeys, man. Shouts to you, Saha. You know, I think I've always been spiritual. I think lately I've allowed myself to be more spiritual. I think I've allowed myself to talk about it more. And I guess just over time, it just makes more sense to me. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's how it works. Have you ever had you know, it's the thing with spirituality, I think, is like, it's cool, like, I feel like it's a journey. I think spirituality is a journey. It's really a journey. And I really think that, like, it's something that, when I look at my... It's cool, I feel like I came to terms... It's not something that I just saw and thought, like, that's cool. You know, I was never the type of person, you know, to see someone post a quote or see something and be like, you know, I'm just going to join this thing now and this seems cool. Just over time, it just, these subtle things just get imprinted into your mind, and then you actually come to a standpoint where you actually believe what you say. Like, there's a lot of power in it when you actually believe what you say and you live what you say, and it feels great. You know, I've always wanted to stay away from, you know, like, I didn't want to be one of these people who just read a book and then became, I realized there was no power in me just reading a book and then not living out that experience and coming into it on my own terms. You know what I mean? I didn't find any power in that. So I feel like through time and experience, more time, more experience, spirituality just seems like the right thing to me. Question about training and racing. How do you find the line between going hard as possible and holding yourself back and not hurt yourself? I mean, you find the line, brother. I mean, it's not worth it to hurt yourself at no cost, you know what I mean? It's cost versus reward. What's the reward from hurting yourself, man? Like, if you were like, yeah, I strained my quad and I won this race I've been training for 2 years, and it's going to take me 2 months to recover, I'd be like, well, do it, man. Do what you need to, brother. But I mean, like, there's a level of destruction in these people who go out there every day and beat themselves down to the point of just like their life quality gets diminished. I mean, training's not meant to diminish your life quality. It's meant to uplift your life quality. So anytime it starts having a negative effect on you chronically, then it's time to reevaluate what you're doing. If you're destroying yourself every day and you notice that your life's just, you get into one of these big wars where literally you think your life's a fucking war and you're grinding every day and it's you versus the fucking world and basically just big egotistical fuck. I mean, that's not beneficial. You know, it's not beneficial for the people around you. It's not beneficial for you to be in that mindset. So it's just about finding that balance, brother, where, like, you know, training's hard and you're only suffering as much as you need to get the benefit. Beyond a certain point, causing more suffering yourself is just, there's no point. Do you think nowadays it's easy for people to fall into the trap of rolling with life and never taking a moment to reflect and think, shit, I'm alive and I have a fucking family? Yeah, brother, I think there's a balance, man. I think you have to strike a balance between reflecting, understanding, becoming aware of your current situation, and living, you know what I mean? You can't live in a state of pure reflection all the time. I mean, people do, I mean, you might be a Buddhist monk or something, you know what I mean? You might, I don't know. You know, you might do that thing, but for me personally, it's about the best of both worlds, man. You know what I mean? I very enjoy living my life with clear, like no thought, I'm not a slave to my emotions. I'm not a slave to my thoughts, man. Like, I'm not stuck in some mind prison where I can just live out my life and just live from one experience to the next. You know, even on a micro scale like the day, you know, live my life from one job to the next job to the whatever, man. It's real. You feel free. I mean, you let go of everything, you feel free. And I also do enjoy stopping and really just becoming aware of what's happening and just say, fuck, this is sick, man. You know, like, check this shit out. Like, I'm in a fucking body right now. This is amazing, hey? Like, I've got a girlfriend, I've got a family, like, we're eating mad food. Like, I feel good. Like, look how much life this food gives me. Look how much joy this food. Like, sometimes I eat food, man, and I think, you know, it's not meant to be this good. Like, sometimes I'm actually eating food and thinking, like, it's not meant to be this good. You know, I mean, this is crazy how good this is. Shout outs to you, James Lombard. One love, brother. Shout outs to you. Any advice for someone who overanalyzes things? I mean, it depends on what you're overanalyzing. You know what I mean? I would never say thinking can become a bad thing, but I would never, you know, like, I would never say, you know, people say they can't switch off their brain, or I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a great opportunity, You know what I mean? Because I think there's a lot of benefit to overthinking, and you have a great opportunity to learn about stuff when your mind's just, you can't switch off. You know what I mean? Because you have to learn how to switch off. I mean, I'd rather be so just non-stop and learn how to switch off than versus someone who can't even switch on, man, who's just permanently on autopilot. No, not really, brother. I never really had that thought. Like, I've never thought about... No. I've never had that problem, man. Where I've had to... Have you ever thought about getting a job that would logically make writing extremely dangerous for your career? Not really. Why are you scared to ride a bike because you're a pilot? Because you can't get hurt, I go back and forth in spirituality. If we believe in the spiritual realm, then are we not here in the physical realm to experience a physical, not spiritual life? I see your point, We're spiritual beings living in physical bodies, just having an experience, This is the vessel for your experience, This is like, you're like in the game, and you're the player. I think the universe is a teacher. I think the earth is a school, I think we're all students by nature, I think if you approach it from an experience standpoint, you're here to learn, and you're here to experience, and you have to become a student of life. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It's becoming a student of life, And you realize that there's teachings all around you when you think like that. There's opportunities to learn. 9 times out of 10, the opportunity to learn is always there. The message is always there. The information's always there. You just have to be able to tap into it and have to be able to see it. So I think when you open yourself up to that way of thinking, you get a lot of good out of it. Man. Shout outs to you, brother. What do you suggest I do to keep my love for writing in place and protect myself from dangers? Writing, yeah, brother. I mean, if you need to stay safe for your job, you just stay safe, man. Do the best you can. Obviously, there's an element of safety that you are out of control of. Like, you can't control if some cunt runs you over. You can control if you run a red light. You can control if you make stupid moves. That's something you can control. Do the best to control what you can. Anything else is just whatever, man. Is it normal to feel like shit because you have bad body movement genetics and work so hard? No. I mean, I can see why you feel like shit, but you shouldn't feel like shit, brother. Why do you feel like shit? It's the cliche shit, man. You've just got some unrealistic expectation imprinted into your head by seeing other bodybuilders who are better than you. You know what I mean? So that's where you get your realization that you have bad genetics. That's when you get the realization that, I mean, it's a blessing, brother. You work hard. A lot of cunts can't work hard. Shout out to you. That's the number one thing. And your genetics are your genetics. You can't change them. You shouldn't even utter the word, I got bad genetics. You're doing yourself a disservice, man. It's like almost like you're literally saying, I don't respect my body, because you got bad genetics. Who cares, man? What you're saying is, I don't have good... what you're saying is basically I don't have as good genetics as other people have in bodybuilding, which is completely toxic, brother. And I know that because I've been in the same spot before when I felt like I didn't have as good genetics as other people. I outworked everybody. I'm the hardest worker in the room. You know what I mean? But, I mean, it doesn't lead you to a good spot. Shouts to Cambodia. Thoughts on animal hunting? I mean, it's cruel. I mean, we don't need animal hunting. Just some trophy shit, man. Like, dudes hunting down cheetahs, dudes hunting down tigers just to say you killed a cheetah. What's the point? Like, if you want to shoot something, I don't know, man. Throw up a fucking plate in the air and shoot the plate. How much I bench? I haven't benched in a long time, brother. I haven't benched in a long time. How can one increase and enhance their... Love the time one blog shouts to you. How can someone increase their mental toughness? Through challenge, brother. How do you get your muscles stronger? You increase the load, brother. You increase the load. It's like your mind, bro. You want to get that mental fucking muscle, man. You challenge it. You challenge it. You challenge it. Anytime you're faced with the opportunity to go left or right, you make the correct decision, man. You know what I mean? It's just all the time, man. You just make the correct decision. Doesn't mean you have to bury yourself every day with just copious amounts of challenges that just fucking fuck you up, But there has to be an element of like, work involved. You know what I mean? Like, you know, how do you get bigger biceps? You put in more work, and then your biceps get bigger. You know, so that's basically in just like becoming more mentally tough over time. It's just like anytime you're presented with the opportunity to challenge yourself, like, and it can simply becoming like just from, you know, acting on the thought. Like sometimes even basic stuff, man, like you can have a thought to go out for a bike ride. To me, you know, like to me, as soon as I get the thought, I have to act on it, bro. I have to. Like if I'm walking and I see the staircase and I see the escalator, and in my mind's like, dude, you should go up the stairs, but I'm like, no, fuck that, I'm going up the escalator. That to me, that's a wrong choice for me. That's a wrong choice for me. I go up the stairs, bro, and I just build on that. You know what I mean? My lifting goal at the moment, I don't really have any lifting goals, brother. To be honest with you, I don't walk in the gym and have a goal. I think that's completely fine. I mean, I've still been training right now, what, 6 years? Really ever miss training days unless I'm flying overseas. You know what I mean? Or I'm actually too debilitated to train, I'm sick, and it's just going to put me back. You know, so, but I find it easy to do with no goal, man. Yeah. I think you should breathe, Voodoo Child, man. My life is fucked up. Like, I have no fucking clue what to, you know, like, I think you just got to recenter yourself, brother. You know what I mean? Just try and appreciate what you do have. And, you know, even if that's minimum, I mean, you still got yourself. Which is better than nothing, man. I mean, you still get to have the experience. Some cunts don't get to have the experience. Some cunts were born into leaves, man. You know what I mean? You're still in the best video game possible, man. And you still got time still on your side, man. You're still alive, which is the great thing. Yeah, brother. Shouts to you. I probably won't ever leave YouTube, man, because I love it. I love the platform. I love expressing myself. But shouts to you. It's a great comment, man. I think people confuse motivation and discipline. I've learned motivation is shit. It's all like getting it done what you don't feel like it, eh? I think there's power. Motivation can be powerful, man. Motivation can definitely be powerful, but it can also be very unpowerful. Motivation is like this little thing that can come and go. That can, you know, give you little boosts every now and again. And, you know, if it's there, it's great. You know, I'm not going to say to you, bro, like if you have motivation, kill it, like suppress it. I'm not going to tell you that, bro. But I'm also going to tell you, like, if you're really truly committed to something and you see the benefit of it and you feel it you can feel it in your heart, bro. Not your mind, man. Your mind can be clouded with shit. Your mind can be clouded with all sorts of external shit, man. But you feel it in your heart. You feel like it's the right thing to do. Like, you can feel it. You know. Like, I used to go to the gym for 2 years, bro. Every time I was there, I never wanted to be there. You know what I mean? I never wanted to be there, man. But I knew. Something inside of me was telling me. I said, stay. And I acted upon it. I just said, stay, regardless of the motivation, man. Shout out to you, Sar. It's always a pleasure seeing you here. Hopefully you're back tomorrow. So you got to learn. I mean, it's a bit of a fantasy sometimes to think that you can be running on motivation 24/7, brother. And I don't really think it's feasible to be extremely motivated. You know, I'm motivated, brother. But what ends up happening is, man, what for most people who stay in this shit long time is, you learn to shift your motivation on something else. You shift it to something that stays with you forever. So then you're never losing, man. You never lose it, man. Like, I never lose my drive to train because it's within me the whole time. It's within me the whole time. It lays within me. It's not like I'm training to get jacked so cunts will look at me a different way. It's not like I'm training to get jacked. So the prettiest girl in the room, you know, says to me something. I'm not training to get jacked because the world thinks jack cunts are better than non-jack cunts, you know what I mean? I'm training for myself. I'm training as a celebration of life. I'm training because I've learned a lot through training. I realize the power and the value of training regardless, you know, and that's why I'm doing it, man. And that's with me all the time. So, I mean, I guess that's motivation, eh? Like, I don't even really need to think about it. Do you think people treat Mad Doggos differently? Just an example. Yeah, but people only treat people that way. Like, yeah, some people will, bro, because that's where they're coming from. I mean, if I'm in the pursuit of aesthetics, because I think aesthetics make you a human being, that's a quality I value. So when I see someone aesthetic, I value them highly. You know what I mean? It's just simply based off your morals and your values. You know, so a lot of noobs who haven't done much, who just think the physique is the epitome of life, are going to think he is the representation of a cunt on the highest level. I'm not talking about him specifically, of just anyone. They think that that's like, you know, this cunt's living like, you know, heaven on earth type shit, because he's got a six pack, you know, like. Shouts to you now. I thought about using you now, I just can't be fucked crossing over, to be honest with you. I don't think training 6 times a week is too much to have a team. I mean, if you want to train 6 times a week, you can. I mean, oftentimes, bro, what I think is with the volume thing is, oftentimes, like, what you need to do to get better and what you are doing to get better, there's few and far between. Oftentimes, what you need to do to get better is less than what you're actually doing. We like to overcomplicate. We like to overwork. I'm not saying you don't work hard, but we like to just add in more shit for the sake of it. But I don't think there's anything wrong with applying yourself to 6 days a week training, having fun, staying disciplined. I think it's great. And there's a lot to learn from it. I went hard on that cunt yesterday, bro, because, you know, you have to go hard on cunts sometimes, man. You have to. Personally, to me, you know, I was telling my girlfriend after about it. I said, cunts like to get all high and mighty and shit, but they're boys, they're children. They don't respect life. And now, not just talking about specifically about him, but I remember that cunt, and I let that stick with me all day, and I was thinking about it, not in a negative way. I just thought, like, this is what the war on terror is doing to people, man. This is how bad it's getting. When someone who's watched my channel, this is how bad it's getting. When someone who watches my channel, who's obviously probably a pretty good dude, pretty sound individual, is gonna say, oh, the poor Muslims. Put that in perspective, man. Oh, the poor Muslims. What, you think you're a fucking man? If I drop you off in Syria, I lay out every single body that's been killed, every single child that's been killed, you're gonna go, oh, poor Muslims? You think he's gonna say that, bro? When he sees every single cunt who's fucking died, you think he's gonna go, oh, poor Muslims? You gotta let that cunt know to never think like that again, because that's essentially what he's doing. It's like you're laughing in the face of millions of people who've died from this bullshit. And it's toxic, and it hurts to see, man. Like, think about that, brother. Like, are you gonna say, oh, poor Muslims, man? You know? Because you feel so threatened that 8 people passed from your house. What, now you got the balls to go, oh, poor Muslims? How do I get? Maybe you're G'ing me up now with this universe talk. How do I move on to the you now way? Just start. Yeah, brother. I mean, we're not talking specifically about him now. I mean, we were, but I mean, it's cool. You have to notify him, man, because sometimes people say some shit. Imagine, like, now if I didn't say anything about that, and he went on and further kept saying that shit and didn't even think twice about the words he was saying, or the gravity of the words he was saying. I mean, there was a lot of gravity and weight in the words he was saying, man. You know, and I don't want to see someone doing that, man. I don't want to see someone saying some shit that just means a lot and they don't even understand it. They really don't understand the context of what they're saying. Am I still into older lifting? Yeah, occasionally. I really just train like a bodybuilder, man. Just quick sessions, in, out, frequently. I never heard of Evertron. We live unfortunately in a world of double standards. Any critical mind can see that they're creating divide and conquer tactics. 100%, man. Yesterday was hectic, but it was very valuable. I mean, I was triggered by that comment, to be honest with you. I was very triggered. Sometimes it's good to get triggered, bro. how do I keep my mind sharp in times of, I can only speak from my own experience, and you might have a completely different experience to me. Your life might be way more stressful, brother. You know what I mean? But for me, I mean, how do you keep your mind sharp? I mean, you just sharpen your shit like a blade, man. Just practice, eh? I mean, over time you just develop it, man. Like just any other muscle. Over time you develop it, and you develop it in situations when you don't want to. It's not the easy way, man. Like it's much easier just to become a mental wreck and become a victim. It's much easier. It's much easier to choose entitlement. It's much easier to walk around like in times of struggle and be entitled. That's much easier. It's much harder to take control of your own situation. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what I tell myself. Anytime I'm stressing, anytime I feel like something bad's happening, I just relieve myself and let go of this sense of entitlement to the situation, like, or this is how it's meant to be, it should be like this, you know what I mean? And I just try and remain calm, man. A pool lifeguard, that's not a bad idea, eh? How was Ramadan going for you? Ramadan's going great. I'm really enjoying Ramadan. It feels great. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I don't really feel it. I mean, actually, to be honest with you, I'm feeling a bit more these days. I feel like it's catching up with me slightly. But, I still feel good, It's cool. I kind of enjoy feeling tired sometimes. I kind of enjoy feeling low energy. Obviously, I don't want to stay like this all year round, but sometimes it's good, man. It kind of puts stuff in perspective, man. Like, I like to live a life. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool to be low energy and see what you care about still. That's what's great, eh? You know what I mean? It's great to... Ramadan shows me specifically, man, it might show you this too, that, energy is a valuable resource, and you don't have... And when you're in Ramadan, you don't have endless amounts of energy to burn. And I find that, like, my life stays exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Still make the videos, still do the editing, still go to work, still talk on the stream. And that's confirmation for me that it's okay. Because now I know that it's like I'm doing valuable shit that when I'm low on energy, I'm still doing. And I still get the same amount of enjoyment out of it. And I still feel great. You know what I mean? Some cunts do Ramadan, their whole life falls apart, man. They drop everything they're doing and they can barely function. Yeah, shout out to you, bro. And I enjoy the questions, to be honest with you. I enjoy the questions, man. And I don't even feel pressured to come up with some guru type response. I just feel like I should just tell you what I think. I know plenty. I think there's a few people who participate in Ramadan, man, who aren't Muslim. And I think that's great, man. I think it's cool, man. But there's plenty of things that, a lot of people partake in religious practices, or coined as religious practices by many practicing religious people do, and they don't specifically subscribe to the religion. You might think that it might be valuable to just fast for a few days and see what it's like, put yourself in the shoes of a Muslim, see what it's like, you might get something out of it, you know what I mean? You might do that, man. You might be living like a 20% Muslim, 20% Rastafarian, 20% Buddhist, 20% Hindu fucking lifestyle. You know what I mean? I think that's sick as fuck. The streams will be up. I'm going to leave all these streams up until the end of the month. And then bam. Yeah, true. I mean, it's true. True. I mean, that's a great thing too. I mean, it gives you time to evaluate what you're doing. I mean, now that you know that you'd waste a lot of time eating. Now, I think eating's a great thing, and it's not really wasting time when you're eating, but a lot of stuff sometimes comes with eating. Like, you might sit down and watch a couple fuckboys while you eat lunch. I mean, that's not really productive. And you might notice the benefit when that's not there. Now you take that information and you apply it to the rest of your year. It's great. It's a great learning tool. I mean, you can't argue with it.
Is it okay to give ignorant, foolish people time and attention, bro? Becoming angry, retaliating seems to give them fuel on my eyes. I don't think it's valuable on your behalf, brother. Just from an energy standpoint, what's the point for you? I mean, you're walking around with one leg, man. Like, if you got 10 units, if you only got 10 units, you're going to spend a couple units on some people that they got no impact, no value in your life, man. Just for the sake of it. There's no point. You only got so much to give, man. You want to be giving your give to the right things. And then just elevate yourself a little bit more, right? That might be food, that might be spending time with your missus, that might be time, it might be time watching a couple things, it might be time reading, it might be time going for a walk. That's what I'd want to be dedicating my energy to. I wouldn't want to be dedicating to myself to, watching train wrecks and getting involved with foolish people. Thoughts on no fap, no porn to improve your lifestyle? I don't really buy into it. I think it's not ridiculous, bro, but like, I think there's plenty of practical, ways to improve your lifestyle other than no fap. Do you know what I mean? Seriously, I actually do think. I mean, it just seems a bit like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's like chill, bro. Like, you can still be a good person and fap off a little bit if you want to. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, it just seems like so specific, not specific, but like so like I'm gonna do no fap for 30 days and my whole life's gonna change, eh? It's like building a house from the top down. You know what I mean, bro? Like, you probably partake in so many practices that are fucked up. Probably the type of cunt to wake up, go straight on your phone, brush your teeth half-assed, drink like half a litre of water, and you do no fap. You know what I mean? It'd be like me eating 5 Big Macs and then drinking a Diet Coke. Be like, yo, I drink Diet Coke though. Well, I think it just comes down to your relationship with beating off, man. That's all it comes down to. If you've got a healthy relationship with beating off, if you've got a healthy sex life, you think you've got a healthy sex life, you think you have a healthy gauge on this shit, well then it's okay. Do whatever you want to do. But if you feel like you need to take a step back, take a step back. I don't think there's any ridiculous benefit. Like, it might be placebo, man. It might be placebo, eh? I get some funny looks from some dudes when I tell them I'm fasting, eh? I'm like, I don't know if you're a low-key racist or you just think fasting would be bad. I was never a misker, bro. I know what you're talking about, but I was never a misker. Yeah, doing the fap challenge to change your life is like following Raw Till 4 to change your life, 100%, eh? Like, there's probably a million other things you can do than just eating bananas full time to improve. You know what I mean? Like, it's minutia shit. It's like Kai Green sitting in his room with the burners on when he has an aircon. You know what I mean? Like, why do that? Turn the fucking aircon on, man. If you want to beat off, beat off. You don't have to be wearing a jumper. Like, this is just unnecessary shit. It just feels like unnecessary shit. There's plenty of other aspects of your life that you could probably apply some discipline to, some restraint to, get a lot of improvement out of. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying you, bro. I see the no fappers and shit. I'm like, dude, you've done nothing. You went for a brisk walk today and you sat in your room. And all you ate was, and you thought the fruit was going to give you enlightenment. You thought it was that easy. You're not going to fap and you're going to get enlightened or something. Like, that's how it works, eh? If I don't fap and listen to deep meditation videos on YouTube with my no fapping combined, I'm going to turn into fucking Buddha. Because personally, I don't think it works like that. Shouts to you, Chris Cross, eh? I ran into some beautiful girls from Jakarta yesterday, man, who worked at this restaurant, eh? Sweet souls, man. No fap makes me laugh. It does make me laugh too, man. It makes me laugh too. I just think it's bizarre. Man. Like, it shouldn't even be a topic. It shouldn't even be like a fucking thing, man. It shouldn't even be a fucking thing. Like, if you don't want to fap, cool. Why is it just shouldn't even be a tagline. Just don't do it. People think that don't understand fasting think they could never do it, but I think I think a lot of people underestimate their capabilities though. You know, I think you're right though. It's a self-control thing. It's relative to the person. I think that if I didn't really understand why I was fasting, it'd be harder. It'd be a lot harder. You know, so I think if you have a solid foundation of why you're fasting and why you're doing it, it makes it easy. It's just a switch. You just, well, I'm not eating. Cool. Yeah, out of all the practices that are so toxic, let's not fap. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's strange other people watch people having sex on the computer. I mean, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. If you're gonna fap, mate. If you're gonna beat off, I mean, beat off to your missus or something. You know, beat off. I mean. Yeah, the porn thing's is a bit fucked up. I'll be honest with you, bro. And I'm not saying I'm anti-porn, or I know it's not a good thing, man. Like, tell me how you feel when you stop. As soon as you finish watching porn, you probably feel pretty disgusted by it. Tell me, you probably feel pretty disgusted about. You probably just think, what am I doing with my life? Close computer, fuck it off, and be like, that's fucked, You just feel dirty, You know, so. It's the kids that can only get off to porn and not to real normally proportioned women. It fucks them up. They need to give it a rest, 100%, man. I think it can definitely be toxic for a lot of people, man. You got to get off on the emotions, bro. You know, obviously, like, you got to be physically attracted to the woman too, but, you know, be beating off to your girlfriend and be like, my girlfriend's such a good person. That's a pretty humble place to start. I think porn can definitely set unrealistic expectations about it in general, man. It definitely can, You know what I mean? Paint this unrealistic portrait of what it's meant to be like. You know what I mean? I don't drink, brother. I don't drink personally. Personally, I think drinking's toxic as fuck, And at the same time, too, man. Well, I've done a few activities. I do a lot of activities sometimes. I've done some activities sometimes, or stuff that's not obviously the best for your health. That can be pretty toxic, but I don't even like the taste of alcohol. Combined with the fact I think alcohol is pretty toxic. Combined with the fact that I don't even like the taste. Well, I'm not going to just drink something for the sake of it if I don't even like the taste of it, man. You know, like something like Pepsi. You know, Pepsi's probably not the best thing for you, man. But if I knock back Pepsi every now and again, you know, I'm not going to die. Alcohol fucked up my life. Majorly. Stick to diet sodas, lad. Yeah, shouts to you. I will stick to them. I would hate to live like a double life, man. Like, I'd hate to be like this. Like, I would just hate to live with myself if, like, the only way I could get amped up or the only way I could feel comfortable in a group situation is to be drunk. Like, that would just be so terrible. Like, I'd hate to go out on the weekend and think, like, the only way I can be myself right now and just not be myself or whatever, just feel like, you know, just here right now is to just drink alcohol. That would be so terrible, man. Yeah, I used to get drunk when I was younger, man. But then I fell in love with training. I was like, what am I doing? And then I stopped drinking. I probably stopped drinking when I was 16. Maybe 17, 16 really. Like after 16, I was like, when I was 16, I was like, I'm not having a drop of alcohol, man. Why did God give millions of people? Why did God give millions of dollars to the Kardashians, but millions of people are starving? We do that, bro. God doesn't do that. You know what I mean? God doesn't do that. We do that. We've created that. Our societies, we've done that. We've put millions of dollars. We've created a system where that's what people value, and that's why the Kardashians are rich, eh? That's our doing, not God's, you know? Yeah, I don't think God, like, if you believe... Bro, I don't think God controls. Personally, bro, I don't think anyone's in control of my actions. I think I'm in control of my actions, you know what I mean? Whether or not that, okay, let's say you don't even believe in God, brother. Let's just say you believe in the universe. Let's just say you believe in I don't know, you came from somewhere. You've been granted a life. That's full stop. You've been granted a life. Now that you're granted it, what you do with your time's up to you. And everything that plays out, it's on you, you know what I mean? So, everything that happens, we've created that, you know what I mean? So it's not like, like the universe sat there or God sat there and was like, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to starve everyone and then we're going to make the Kim Kardashians rich. You know? It's just like when people say, but like if it's just, I find it pointless sometimes. I'm not talking about you. When people said, but if God really existed, like, then why is there millions of people starving in Africa? I mean, that's a product of just what we've done over long periods of time. That's always been done by our actions, eh? Yeah, I mean, no one knows, bro. Shouts to all of you, man. What did you have for iftar? Last night for iftar I had bread, beans. I had bread, beans, gluten, same shit I have every night. And then I went to go see a mate. I had a couple chips, came home, had some ice cream, had some dark chocolate, same shit. And then I had some donut and some soy milk. Some crazy shit went down in bed last night, man. Seriously, I'm there eating soy milk, dark chocolate, like donut, like this Chinese donut, thinking, what the fuck, man? The afterlife scares the hell out of me. What will happen when I die? Fuck. I mean, the afterlife shouldn't, bro, seriously. It should empower you, man. It should empower you, eh? Either way of the coin, it should empower you, bro. Because if there's nothing after life, and this is the only experience you're ever gonna get, man, and you just go back to nothing, you got one life, man. You got one experience. It should empower you to make the best of it. And I mean, if you believe in life after, or I do, or you believe in there's something beyond here more, I mean, it's also cool, brother. I think it's also cool, man. You should, you don't want to be one of these guys that live in fear of what's going to happen to them, mate. Because if you live in fear of that, man, you're never going to do anything. It's just like anything. If you're scared, it's this constant fear of the future that paralyzes you not to even move, man. You know, if I just sit here and I'm scared to go outside, I'll never even fucking walk outside because I'm so scared of getting hit by a car. I mean, I'll just stay here the rest of my life. It's pointless. I don't dislike a bacon eater. I've never eaten bacon in my life. I mean, I think personally, I think bacon's fucked up. You know what I mean? But you know, I think there's better food you could be putting in your body, man. Food's meant to. I think your food's meant to uplift you. I think food's meant to nourish you. I think you should be very particular about what you put in your body, man, because you want to live good, man. And I don't think putting bacon in your body is a good thing, man. So, you know, if I did dislike, it wouldn't be a dislike. I'd just be like, don't be eating that shit, bro, because I want the best. You'd come at it from a standpoint just like, you'd probably fucking feel a bit better, bro, if you just had some rice and fucking potatoes or something. Shout out to Slim Haswa. Eat the falafel, brother, eh? I love the falafel, man, eh? Maybe I will one of these days, eh? Shout out to all of you anyway, man. I'm gonna go back to my room. I'm gonna see all of you on the next stream. Oh, yum. Shout out to all of you. If you wanna come in tomorrow, come tune in. I'll be back here for day 12. Kindle on the data. I'll see you tomorrow.